Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 33 of It's Always Golf O'Clock here. AJ and Scott, Dad is golfing, Gray goes golf, and boy, oh boy, are we it's the mecca of golf right now,
It
Scotty.
is the
It is
best week of the year
best week of the
for
year.
golf.
I call it Holy Week. This is AJ's Holy Week. Everybody's like, that's Easter's next week. Nope, no, this is Holy Week for me, because it is Masters Week. So we are episode
Amen.
33. We are going to be talking a lot about the Masters, just like everybody in golf does, because this is the week of weeks, man. If you're a golfer and you like golf and you like watching golf, this is the week of the weeks, and it is a wonderful time of year. The weather's changing, getting warmer. Pollen's out a little bit, but man, oh man,
Thankfully,
it's
the
just
rain knocked some of it out yesterday.
no doubt, no doubt. But this is the week, man, that I'm all excited about. Masters Week, you can't beat it.
Amen. I'll second there. Speaking of that, we've got our,
Got her.
our
Yep.
gear on that you picked us up at what? You went to one of the practice rounds
Yes. No,
today, huh?
no. I went to Sunday. I went to Sunday.
Sunday. Oh,
We'll
yeah.
talk. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's like we're gonna save the master stuff for a little later in the episode. We'll get into that in a minute. But got a few things we do need to talk about. Scott and I, we were able to get out with our buddy my buddy John here and his dad, Big John, and played Jamestown Park Golf Course this weekend. And
Yep.
we got out on Sunday morning and had a great round out there. It was a beautiful morning, a little windy. The breeze was up there.
Yep.
Check out my YouTube video of my YouTube short of us hitting some shots, and then I got my TikTok up there with the round a little bit. But no, not a bad round. I got my scorecard here. You got yours, buddy?
Yes, I do. I don't
So,
know if I'm going to talk
well,
about it or not, but it wasn't too bad.
well, the first thing, the course is starting to green up a little bit, which is
Oh,
really
yeah.
nice.
Yep. I
So we're
will be
starting to get
doing I did a walkthrough of the back nine. I'll be doing a walkthrough of the front nine
front nine. Yep.
sometime when I get a chance here. So check that out when it gets posted.
Yeah, but the course is starting to green up a little bit. The greens were
Oh
really
man,
good.
they
They
were
were not
awesome.
holding. You had to come in really high and really soft for them to hold, but
I
they
don't
rolled really, really well. Um,
Speaking of that, I don't think we repaired a ball divot all
nope,
day.
not one. I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't.
So gave you some stats in my round. I came out pretty hot. I shot a 39 on the front nine,
Nice.
and then a 44 on the back, and the back was really marred by a couple bad decisions, bad holes, a couple unlucky breaks, but it is what it is. Um, So I hit 6 of 14 fairways, 8 of 18 greens, and had 33 putts. Ended out with an 83. Front nine was really good, like I said, 39, and it probably could have even been a little bit better.
How many
And
fairways did you have? Or yeah, have?
6 of 14. I didn't lose a ball, so I played with the same ball the whole round, which is always good. Um, back nine's a little tighter there. If you've ever played there,
Yep.
front nine's a little more open. Um, a little bit easier, I think, to score on. Back nine's a little tighter, and probably one of the easier holes on the course for me. It's a short par five, 470 yards from the back. And you have to hit a big cut into it if you really want to score well on it. Left trees are dead, right in the road is out of bounds, and I hit like one branch and it shot the thing into the other fairway. And I was like, "No, Scott, I'm not back there." And Scott's finding my ball on the other side of the dang tee box. I was like, "You got to
It's
be
like
kidding
mine on tee box number two. I hit it
me!"
great.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Just caught
shot
one branch.
dead left and back about 10 yards. And
Yep.
then yeah.
Yeah, but
Anyways.
so we each had one of those, and then I actually had one on the 18th hole too, where I'm hitting good drives. I'm just starting them a little bit too far left. I need to make that adjustment next round. And that course especially some of those holes, you really have to be pretty straight for the most part because it is pretty tight out there. But I'm pleased with my round. We had a long softball day the day before, so I was pretty tired going into it, pretty sore. But course is in good shape. It's gonna be really, really good here in about a month. So if you ever get
Yep.
to Jamestown area, Greensboro, High Point area, Jamestown's a good one to play.
Yep. No, I haven't added up my putts yet. I actually hit quite a few fairways. If you count the par threes too. I was two, four,
Well, par
six,
threes you count in
eight.
greens, you don't count those on fairways.
Yeah, I know. All right. Okay, so if you take the par threes out, I was two, four, six, seven, eight.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's
my
pretty good. Eight
problem
of
is
14 is not bad.
my problem is I didn't hit very many greens in regulation. I hit four.
Yeah,
I didn't add up my putts yet. I only
Did you
have
have a
one.
birdie? Did you birdie one?
No,
You
I
a
was
couple putts.
I
You had a
was
couple
a
putts,
half an
couple
inch
close
of
putts.
two birdies,
Yeah, yeah, you were pretty
almost
close on a
three.
couple putts, I remember.
What's crazy is if you looked at my scorecard, you would think I would have shot better on the back nine,
You did.
but front nine I actually shot one shot better.
Yeah.
Even though I had an 8 and a 7, but I was depending on that second hole, how we scored that, I was 45, 46. So we'll just say 46. So
Yeah.
really, yeah, um,
91's
I
not
was
91's not a bad score. I mean,
I
that's not a
was
bad
right
score at
there
all
with
there.
you, but I had a 47 on the back,
Yeah.
thanks to a +3 on hole 16, unfortunately. But I shot a 90. If you do 46, 47, I shot 93. So
Yeah.
no,
So
no
I mean,
mulligans. That wasn't with any mulligans. So,
no, no, not the worst round of golf, but a couple
right.
things we can still work on and
I
improve. And
gotta cut down on the +3s.
yep. And here's the good thing. We're gonna be able to do that this weekend because guess what? We're playing
Right.
golf again this weekend. We're
Right.
gonna play Sunday morning, morning of the final round of the Masters, and we're going to a little course that's outside in Gibsonville, North Carolina, called Country Hills. And it's a very short course.
Yes.
You hit maybe what we were talking about it today, three or four
Driver,
drivers, if
maybe
that,
five
if that,
times, if that.
if that.
Unless you really want to go for the green. I mean, you can go for the green on a bunch of them, but you could also go over the green.
And you can also get in trouble on some of those holes. So,
Right.
but it's a fun little course. It's a little more of a it's a lot more of a shot maker's course. Greens are small, but it's not very expensive. It's a pretty cheap round and everything like that. And then we're gonna actually come back to my house and we're gonna bring the families all together and do a little barbecue out and watch the last day of the Masters. So the final round of the Masters. So we're excited about that one, and we'll bring those scores to you next week, and how we do. So.
Yeah, we got our
So
good friend Ryan joining us.
yep, Ryan's gonna play with us. It's gonna be
We've
fun.
been helping him with his golf game the last few years.
He's getting better. He's getting better.
Really come around. Was finally fortunate to play his first 18 with us in a while a couple
Mhm.
weeks ago, and we're not playing a while. He had a pretty decent round. What was that? That was at Holly Ridge. So
Holly Ridge, yeah, great
looking
course too.
forward to
Last
him
place.
joining us again. But just good times and like yeah, like you said, it's good course. It'd be interesting to see how what kind of shape it is in because
Yeah,
I haven't played it yet this year.
yeah,
So
yeah,
we'll bring you some pictures and video from that one too.
yeah. But
Um,
it's a good little course to go out there and hit it around.
right.
I like walking it usually. We've walked it a few times. It's a pretty easy walk. So
Great
we
one to
walked nine
practice
holes,
your
but
short, like your
yeah, shorter
150
game, shorter
green. Yeah.
shots in and everything like that. You're right. It's definitely around the greens because you'll hit a lot of irons off the tee and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So,
How many
hey,
putts did you have?
33.
I didn't add mine up yet, but um, yeah. Let's see. I got front nine. I had um
I feel like we should be putting the Jeopardy music on right now.
18, I think. Oh wait, I can't remember if I put yours on top or bottom. Whatever. It doesn't matter. So I think I only had one three putt. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yep.
don't think I had one three putt. I had one.
Yeah.
I had two, one on each nine. They cut
Would
those
you
down.
have would you have the three putt on the front nine?
Hole number 7
Seven.
and 13. I was on the green at
I had
13.
the whole
Oh,
6 and 13.
yeah, maybe it was 6. I don't remember.
Yeah,
It was one of them.
6. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I put
Anyways.
that wrong. But anyways, yeah, it doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
it was still a good round of golf. So,
Yeah.
well,
Um,
I think now it's time to. We've talked about our golf, and now we got to talk about the happiest
best
day.
golf week of the year.
Best golf week of the year. So obviously, Augusta National is hosting the Masters this year, the first major of the season. And it is really exciting times. It's going to be a little bit different this year. You know, Hurricane Helene came in, and there's a lot of talk about a lot of trees that were down in the course and everything like that. And obviously, that hurricane was terrible for a lot of
I
people.
didn't realize they
Um,
got hit as hard there
they
too.
got hit extremely hard. But I was reading a really good article about how the golf club came together and really, bailed out a lot of people and the stuff that they did. The philanthropy that's what that course is all about. What Bobby Jones and Alistair McKenzie really were the ones who put a lot into it. And obviously Bobby Jones is the one who designed it and everything and did all that work on it and kind of brought it all together back in I want to say it was like the early 30s or something like that, or late 20s. But But the whole idea of the Masters is pushing the game forward and moving it forward. And I remember the Master. I remember talking about Augusta National and Masters. What was it, like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, where they didn't let women in and everything. And now how much they've kind of 180'd everything, and they are like the forefront of it. And it
Yeah,
starts off with the Augusta Women's Amateur,
yeah, yeah.
which
Speaking of that, just
K-State, yeah.
quick shout out to my alma mater, Kansas State. You had
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce her whole name, but her first name's Carla. She won the U.S. Women's Amateur
Well,
out there
no,
this
it's the
past
Augusta
or
Women's now, not the U.S. The
Augusta
Augusta
Women's
Women's
Amateur,
Amateur.
yeah, out there this week. So congrats to her and the K-State women's golf program and everything.
Mhm.
So
And congrats to
you know,
the whole club for doing what they're doing
right,
with that. I mean,
right.
that is an unbelievable event that women are able to kind of participate in now. And I'm hoping my girls someday would love to do that.
Oh,
And I would be if Catherine and Kira are both in it, you can be a caddy for one and I'll be a caddy for the
there you
other.
go. I'll be their coach. I'll just be tagging along. Oh.
But so it starts with that, and then it goes into the obviously the drive, chip, and putt championships
Yep.
that go on Sunday, and that's a really great event. And then we get into Masters Week, and now we've had the practice rounds. Yesterday was a rain out. We had a lot of rain yesterday down there, so they rained it out pretty much
I
today. It
think the whole
was a
weekend's
beautiful day,
supposed to be good after
and the whole
Thursday.
day, yeah. Tomorrow is so they have the champions
Our
dinner
30 days.
tonight. The champions dinner's tonight, hosted by last year's champion, which is Scotty. If you
Oh,
want to bring the website up, I think they have the
yep,
picture of it up now. Um, so, Scotty Scheffler with the big win last year. So
yep.
congratulations. And there's all the past champions that came for the champions dinner, which is just a great picture. And it's just a great tradition that they have. It's just really, really cool. So, they do all like Tuesday is all about the,
Here's the,
press conferences and stuff like that. And they talk about it. Yeah, those are just go up a little. Those are Scotty sliders right there. That's what he calls
let's
them.
see if they have the menu on here.
Yeah, they
They,
did. So he's got the Scotty sliders, he's got ravioli, and then
uh,
I know he's doing a cowboy ribeye and um like a blackened redfish or something like that, and then he's doing a skillet chocolate chip cookie. So really, really nice menu is what he's got going on. So,
hmm. Yeah, if you get a
but
chance, check that out.
yeah, really cool tradition. And then tomorrow is the par three contest, which I love watching. They do if you've never don't know about it, Augusta National has a little par three course down there that they play the par three course on Wednesday. It's a big tradition there. And then we get into the tournament. If you've ever followed this tournament, there's a par three course on the left right there where it says the course. That's that par three course. But if you've ever followed this tournament and watched this tournament, they have the best interactive
Oh
um,
my gosh.
um, online
App,
stuff.
website,
All of it, so good.
live. You
It,
can
it
pull
is
up picture in picture. It's free too.
yes, it's free and it is absolutely fantastic.
It's unreal.
It's unbelievable. So, I'm going to give you a
Right
little
there, you
story.
you click on what is it? Every hole is named after a tree
A
or a
tree,
plant or something.
well, a tree that's there, a tree that's
Yeah.
there. Hmm.
And then so that was me just clicking on the interactive map to one. And
Look
it's
at it,
just
beautiful.
amazing how they've set up their media and website and everything. So
Yep.
check it out if you haven't looked at it yet. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's unbelievable. But
just
um,
awesome.
I've been lucky enough to, and I'll give you a little story here. I've been lucky enough to spend a day at Augusta and was able to follow. In 2014, I got tickets through people that I worked with and everything like that, and I was able to take my dad to the
Yep.
course. And we were able to go to the final day, the Sunday of Augusta, when Sunday of the Masters, where Bubba Watson won and Jordan Spieth was in second. And he was making a charge, and it was really awesome. But there are a few days in my life and everybody's lives. I think you can say, um, like I can tell you exactly how that day was. My two kids being born, my wedding day, are days that I will never forget. The one day that I was able to spend with my dad, and God rest his soul, at Augusta was probably one of the best days of my life. And
Oh, I bet.
I
I bet
I
that was
will,
awesome.
Scotty, I will never forget it. I can. I mean, I remember I told him when I got the tickets, and we drove down together. We left Charlotte early in the morning. We drove down, got some breakfast on the road. We got there to the house that the group was staying. That the group that we got the tickets with were. They shuttled us in. Got into the and my dad actually dropped his badge in one of the This is a funny story. I don't know if you knew this. My dad dropped his badge in one of the souvenir tents, and we had to go back and find it. And it was luckily enough we were able to find it. I was like,
No.
dude, I was like, you better tie that thing to your wrist. I don't care where you got to tie it to.
Your dad loved that trip. He wouldn't quit talking about it, which is awesome.
I know. So
I didn't realize you guys went on Sunday. I thought,
Sunday, and we walked up with Bubba when he won that his second green jacket. So anyway, so we got there and we got in and we walked the front nine. Had a great walk with the front nine. Had some lunch in there. Had a whole bunch of the beers that they have there. Everything is is just an absolute amazing place. And they say you can't tell the undulation on TV, and you really can't. I mean, there's one hole. I think it's hole number 6 that I swear to God, Scott, you and I would probably do a 12 putt on to get it in the hole. It is unbelievable how high the undulation is on it, and
hmm,
and going up and down, and then the downhill on 10 is crazy. The uphill on 18, um, but you really don't know it. But you could just, they don't allow cell phones in there. You're not allowed to have your cell phone in there, so you're kind of they want you to be present in the moment, and you really are. It is such an amazing feeling and an amazing experience that I think if anybody who likes sports or likes golf, you need to try to check it out one time,
oh yeah.
especially on a day when you're not allowed to have cell phones and you're not allowed to run around the course. You're not allowed to run at all. They make you have to walk everywhere. You can put your chair somewhere at 7 o'clock in the morning and come back at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's sitting right there, and nobody's sitting in their chair, nobody touches it. Um,
Awesome.
it's just a different, it feels like you're back in the 1920s, and it's absolutely wonderful. The food they have there is fantastic, very cheap prices, very reasonable, because they want everybody to experience it. You have members like, I mean, I met Lynn Swan was sitting there. He's got his mat, I'm shaking his hand, you know what I mean? um
Funny that we've both met him. I met him in a different atmosphere in
yeah,
working college football when he was
but
announcing at Nebraska one year.
we yeah, so we walked the front nine, then we started walking 10. We actually stood in the shot where Bubba hit his first Masters that he won. He hit that he on the extra holes, he hit 10 way right, and he I was standing right kind of where he hit it from, and there's no way that he was able to hook a pitching wedge or 9-iron out of there. It was unbelievable what he did. Because it was nothing there. It was crazy where he had hit like a 90-degree shot. And then we walked 11. We sat at Amen Corner for, a couple hours, right at 12. And then sat at 13, and we're sitting at kind of like the area where the 14th tee is behind you, and you kind of see the green, and you're sitting down there. And we saw Bubba hit his drive over the trees, and that's when they started deciding to move the tee back on 13.
Yep.
But he hit it over the trees. I was like, that's got to be his second. We found out it was his first shot. It was unbelievable where he hit it from. Saw him birdie that hole, and then really followed him and Jordan Spieth in, all the way in. Walked the rest of the way in, and we left and we drove home, and we found this little barbecue place in South Carolina that we stopped
Yep.
and ate at. It was one of those days that I will never ever forget, and it was really just an important time. You know what's funny? I actually, when my dad did pass away, I buried him with his master's badge.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Awesome.
it's in the casket with him. Just one of those days that you'll never that I will absolutely never forget. And I hope I can get some more tickets because I'd love to experience that with my uncle Alex, with you, with our cousin Alex and Ryan and all of our friends, because it's just an amazing experience. You and I've been to a lot of tournaments. We've been to U.S. Opens. We've been to Quail Hollow, and we go to Greensboro every year. But that's just it's unbelievable. It's just
Yep.
unbelievable.
Yeah, speaking of that, let me pull up the website here.
Yeah, I kind of got long-winded about that, man, getting choked
Yeah,
up a little bit talking about my old man.
that's cool.
I was like just
Yeah,
an unbelievable
we
experience.
had some great golf rounds with us. Always had he always had the diesel on him, the
He did.
Budweiser.
He always had the bud, but
Um,
yeah, we had a lot of fun with him. And you know what, Scott, it's been really fun going down to the villages and playing with your dad. He's still around, obviously, and
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, my
we
dad obviously loved playing with him too. They were
yeah, dude, they had
very
so much
similar in
fun
their
together.
golf games.
Yeah,
Not the best,
but
but enjoyed it
but
and enjoyed the company.
we got some great parents, and we're very lucky, and
Yeah,
experiencing these things with them is awesome, and I've enjoyed you know talking about these things with your dad when we go down there and everything, and
yep.
remembering him, my dad, and it's just a lot
Just
of fun. So we got to
stay
keep
tuned
those
for
things.
that. And what we're just about a month and a half away,
Yeah, a
or
month
less
and a half
than that,
away.
to the villages. We will be doing some lives from there for on
Oh
our
yeah,
Instagram, maybe on here.
yep.
Definitely going to do a podcast or episode or two down there.
It's a lot of
Uh,
fun.
we'll be probably doing a live at what 4 o'clock in the morning. We leave for the airport 5 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yep.
Flight leaves at 7. But yeah, you were talking. You sat at Amen Corner. So where
Yep.
were
Down
you?
here. So it's up on top here, up on the top, right? No,
Oh,
right there. Yep.
yep.
So hole that's I think hole 11 it says right there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's hole 11. And then
Here,
12
I'm
goes
gonna.
over.
Yeah.
So we sat at the corner of hole 11 right there, right kind of on the right. And
Hmm.
so if you go scroll down a little bit, I can't see it because you got to go down. Okay. So we sat right in that area, right where that big knob is, that hill kind of right there for a
Oh,
while.
wow. Yeah.
So you're able to see 11 and then 12, right? And
Hmm.
then if you go back out, go to 13. Let me see, go back to that map. So 13 comes around. So they tee off way on the right here over the Race Creek. All right. Nope. Go back to that. Go back to that. So put the
Oh
mouse
yeah.
way up. No, that's 11 green. That's 11
Hmm.
green.
Yep.
12 goes over the creek. That's 12 green
Yep.
right there. So
Yep.
you're not allowed to get back there. You have to sit
You
over there.
tee off over
You
here.
tee off over here. Bubba hit his drive over those trees and it landed right where the 15 is, like right about where the 13 is right there. My
Mhm.
dad and I were sitting down on the right here, just straight down, 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 and to the left of the green a little bit, right in that area right there. Um,
Wow.
just kind of in that wherever where you're able to sit down there. And we sat there for a while too and watched him birdie his putt and then turned around and watched him come up 14, watched him come up. We just kind of walked him up 14, 15, all the way up back to the clubhouse.
Yeah, speaking of Amen Corner, if you're on the app or this website or anything, that's a good area, good they usually do that.
Yep. Yeah,
Highlight
it's
that.
always
Yeah.
4, 5, and 6 they have, and then they have Amen Corner and then 15 and 16.
Yep. Speaking of that, let's get into like the starting tee times and let's
Yeah,
get in. Yeah, so we got
gotta get our picks, man.
yeah,
Well,
let me
honestly, the first starting tee time is Jack Nicklaus, Gary Player, and
yep.
Tom Watson teeing off for the
My guy,
annual
Tom Watson. I've been fortunate to meet him. My dad has actually had a beer or two with him because we've got some good family friends back in Kansas that
yeah,
been in their weddings and stuff together and just know him really well. So my dad's actually kind of hung out with and talked to Tom Watson a little bit. Just a super nice guy.
yeah,
Got some awesome property back there. Is designed several courses back there. Matter of fact, I'll be back there next week. Not playing a course he designed, but just at Kansas is really not a bad place for golf either, other than the
yeah,
fact that you got the bad winters and tornadoes and stuff.
yeah,
Seems like
yeah.
yeah.
But
But
but yeah.
yeah,
So yeah,
let's
so
go.
so those guys tee off that the honorary starters just again just the little things that just the things they do there it's just unbelievable
Right.
the homage to golf. So going through these tee times, they start at 7:40 and
Yep.
Davis Riley and Patton Kazire starting us off, and then they pretty much go all the way through the whole day. Some of the cool groups here, I think, if you go down a little bit more that are really excited to watch
Cam
here.
Young, I think I have him as speaking of that, we did a
Yeah,
pick at work. I think he's one of my yep,
he's a
Cameron
good
Young, one
player.
of my
Yep, he's a good
golfers
player.
in a little pool.
Got
Um
Zach Johnson playing at
Johnson,
813.
yep. Who else we
Let's
got
see what
down
else we got
here?
here. Bernard Longer. How about this guy, man?
Yeah,
Almost
his last
70. He's
last
almost 70 years old. 70 years old. And I really hope he makes the cut because I would love for him to get a great send off. But almost 70 years old, winning on the Champions Tour all the time, just unbelievable. There's
yep,
Cam Smith. I think Cam Smith is a good player. Obviously, he's on live right now.
yep.
There's Freddie Couples who
Pretty
won
couples.
the
We like playing a lot of his
85, I
courses
think
back here.
85 Masters maybe.
Um
So, yeah,
Corey Connors, Patrick Reed,
yeah,
former champion.
yep,
What is he at 925? Billy
yep.
Horschel, um, Colin. He's actually
Colin,
my first
number one
pick
pick.
for my draw.
That's a cool
Yep.
couple groups right there. You got Colin
This is
Moore.
a good
Well,
good group right
go
here.
back up a little bit. You got Colin Morikawa, Joaquin Neiman, and Minwoo Lee, right?
Yeah,
Minwoo Lee just, and then you got Phil, Jason Day, and Keegan Bradley playing, and then you got Scotty, Justin Thomas, and then Jose
how's it doing?
Luis, the amateur
Yeah,
champion.
amateur.
Yeah, he's the U.S. amateur champion. They always play with the past champions. Pretty cool. And then you
Then
got Jordan
Steve.
Spieth, Tom Kim, and Terrell Hatton. I mean, you got some. This is great pairings, right? Tony Finau. And then you
Mhm.
get kind of into the afternoon rounds here or late mornings.
Let's see. Oh,
There's Bubba playing again.
Bubba. Carl, he's one of my other
Yep. Then we
picks.
kind of get it. There's Max Homa, Justin Rose, and JJ Spawn will be a good
He's a
round, good match right
group right
there. Good
there.
round. Dustin
Dustin
Johnson,
Johnson.
yep. Won the COVID year in the November when they had the Masters. Sergio, Lucas
Oh,
Glover, and Daniel Berger.
yep. Cantlay,
Cantley
Fitzpatrick,
Fitzpatrick, yep.
Kepka. This be a decent
Yep.
group.
Kepka, Henley, and Sung J
And
M.
Scott, that'd be a really good one
Andrew
right there.
Schauffele, Victor Hovland. I mean, good groups here. And then you got Rory, Luke, Ludwig, and Akshay,
Yep.
Hideki, DeChambeau, and Shane Lowry. I mean, you got great. I
That's
mean, it's
gonna be so basically it's
you know,
gonna
John
get
Rahm
real
and Wyndham
interesting
Clark playing
after
together. I mean, it's
12:30.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yep. That's
Tommy
it.
Fleetwood, yeah.
So last tee time's 145.
Yep.
So there you go.
That's the group. So we got
Yep.
to make our picks. So we're gonna do three different picks for you guys this week. So we've got your person who you think is gonna win it, you know, your favorite, and then we're gonna do a um dark horse pick, you know, or a long shot pick, and then a dark horse pick, you know.
Mhm.
So I'll let you start off with your let's pick your overall. Who do you think's gonna overall win it? Who's your guy? Who you
Man,
picking?
I kind of hate these because I really don't know, man. You've got the Rorys, the Scotties of the world.
Yep.
I kind of like a little bit, like I said, did a little pool at work. We didn't get to pick our golfers. It was more draw names based on their rankings, like 1
Yep.
through 13 and 14 through whatever and so forth. So we got 7 golfers, but actually my number one golfer for mine is Colin Morikawa.
Good choice.
He's got a good shot of winning that. So he's come close on some other big tournaments like this several times. So
Yep.
I think that's another good one. Yeah, I think it's hard to play. I think Rory's playing really well right now.
Yeah,
He
the
could,
talk's all about Rory and Scotty. All
right,
about Rory and Scotty
right.
Scheffler.
But it's also the Masters. You just never know.
Yep. Um,
Sergio's playing pretty well. He's won the Masters before, but he's playing real well on the Live Tour
he
right now.
is.
So
He's playing well.
he's one of my favorites. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't.
Well, I'll go. Then if you then you won't pick. I think my favorite who I think is going to win it. There's two guys that I'm kind of tied between here, but I'm gonna go with Brooks Koepka to win
Yep.
the Masters this year. Kind of coming under the radar. Nobody's talking about him. Um, he. I haven't heard anything about him, but that dude can play in
Well, and
majors. He
he's
always
not
shows up in the majors.
right.
And
And because he's in live, he's not in the world golf rank, like
yep,
high in the world golf rankings either. So, like in the pool we did, one of the persons picked they have Rory first, Bryson DeChambeau, then Koepka way down. Like that's a great team. But yeah,
yeah,
I think you
yep.
got a good one there too. And I actually like Brooks.
I think Brooks is gonna. I think he's gonna. He was close with the John Rahm one. That was a really good match when they were going at it. But I think Brooks is gonna be. I think Brooks is gonna do it. I think he's gonna squeak it out. I think he's gonna play well. He's gonna play smart the first 2 days, and then he's gonna put that killer instinct on. It's gonna come back to him, and he's gonna go from there. So I'm gonna go Brooks.
All right, you throw that. I'll throw DeChambeau out there. Maybe he'll pull something off like
Oh
in
wow,
your US
yeah,
Open.
DeChambeau. I like Bryson DeChambeau here too. I think he's got a shot also in it. So, wow, we're going with live golfers for the what's it called?
But the one person I want to win it, I don't even think is in the field, and unfortunately, is Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, he's not in the field, unfortunately.
I Man, I think the guy's just a class act.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully he'll qualify next year. I just I hope he wins the US Open something, Masters something here before too long.
So,
Especially he's kind of getting up in his career. Long, yeah,
well,
who's the long shot for you?
my long shot is a past champion who always plays well here. He's actually on live too, and he is playing pretty well. He's one of my favorite golfers, Phil Mickelson.
Yep.
Um, dude, he's been in the top. I think he was top three, 3 weeks ago in Hong Kong, and then he was a top five or top six at Doral. He had a really bad break on one of the holes where he hit the pin and it went into the water. But he always plays well at Augusta. He always gets up for Augusta. And I think this may be his last year to make a run, make like a Freddie Couples run, like an older, just mature, knows what he's doing around there. And I think this is the year he's playing good golf right now. And I would say watch out for him because he knows his way around those greens.
Yep. And that's his forte is his short
Yep.
game.
So who do you
Uh,
think?
I'm gonna go a long shot. I don't know why I like this guy, but I kind of like Cam Smith with Liv too.
Dude, what are we doing, man? We're just picking live
Yeah,
across the
yeah, yeah.
board.
I don't know.
I like it.
People are probably gonna think we're nuts if they're watching this right
Yeah,
now. I
it's
mean,
okay.
my
It's
dad
okay.
thinks our podcast is terrible, but whatever. He's watching it.
Hey,
So,
he's watching it.
anyways, I don't know. Uh, they're all hard to pick. It's kind of just throwing names out there, but Cam Smith's kind of a dark horse from the live. Um, Bernard Langer, it's his last one. You never know what a guy's going to do on his last one either.
Dude,
You,
no, he's almost 70. The course is too big for him. Too
you
big
never know,
for him.
man. If he wins, wouldn't that be something? No,
Yeah,
no, I
not
don't think
a,
he'll.
come on, dude. What are
I
you
hope he at
talking?
least makes the cut.
I'm already making a big one with with Phil.
I hope he at least makes the cut. You never know, man.
Yep. And now who would be you say some dark horse who's got a shot, but um maybe not a lot of people are talking about him. Who are you thinking?
Well, let's go back here to the field, if you don't mind. So, um, let's see. You know who's man? Somebody that's won it before, or somebody that hasn't.
That, you can't go Zach Johnson.
No, 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 no.
Doesn't matter. Just somebody who
You know
nobody
who's
really.
due for putting a good round together? That's had some good rounds and is a really good golfer from the University of Alabama. Take you know?
Justin Thomas.
Yeah, I
They're
think.
talking about him though, dude. I'm talking somebody that nobody's talking about.
Okay, okay, all right. Man, I don't know. I really don't.
Keep
I
scrolling.
don't
Keep
know. I
scrolling. See
don't
if
know
there's.
enough of
You don't know enough of golf, huh?
yeah, I don't know enough of the amateurs or other people out there.
Yep.
Um, be honest with you, I don't.
Keep scrolling.
Huh?
I'll show you where my guy
I
is.
mean,
Hold
you
on.
could go with that guy from Spain. I've heard of him. Where was he at? Or no, he's down here more. Um, this could go with him.
The amateur?
Yeah. Dark horse. You said a dark horse, man.
No, that's dark horse. All right.
A
That's
real
dark
dark
horse.
horse.
All
You had
right.
that one guy last year that was in it.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true.
yeah. Anyways, who's yours?
Well, my guy is playing with. Go down a little bit. I think he's playing with Rory. If I'm not mistaken.
This guy or
Nope.
this
Nope.
guy?
Akshay Bhatia.
Yep, that's a good pick.
Akshay Bhatia, lefty, hits the ball a mile, right?
Mhm.
Um, got a lot of charisma. Just like his game, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I like Akshay Bhatia. I like Ludwig Oberg too. He's another one I would say, but he'd be probably one of the favorites to
Yeah.
win it. But
Yeah.
I just like I like and I like his name, dude. Akshay Bhatia. It just sounds good.
Mhm.
But lefties seem to do really, really well here, and he's a lefty. Um, you
You
know,
know who's another good one is right here.
Tagala. See it, yeah.
Gall or Tony Finau.
Yeah, Tony Finau's another one. I think that could always do it. I agree with you on that one.
Yep.
But
If
I
Tony
I
wouldn't have
like
hurt his ankle, if Tony wouldn't have hurt his ankle a couple of
I
years
know.
ago.
I know. And he
Still
played on
would.
that, dude. He dislocated his ankle and played on it. What a
Yeah,
beast. But
which is
you know,
crazy.
yeah, Akshay Bhatia, that's kind of like my dark horse, not even thinking about him that much. And but lefty, I think he can move the ball. So we'll see. It's gonna be fun. I hope it's a really, really good tournament. I hope there's that it comes down to Sunday. You know, they always say the Masters doesn't really begin until back nine on Sunday. So
Right, right.
but the biggest thing for these guys to do is not get in too much trouble and stay away from the big number. I remember Ernie Els five putting within 5 feet a couple of years ago, if you remember that, on hole one. That kind of threw him out of the entire tournament. So, um,
What do you
you
think's going to be the cut?
oof. I think somebody's going to come out and shoot 6 or 7 under tomorrow. Okay, I think it'll be 6 under will be the lead tomorrow.
Being Thursday.
I'm sorry, Thursday. On Thursday, you're right, Thursday. I think 8 to 9 will be the Friday round. Say maybe 9 under. So if you go 10 strokes, I think one over, right around one over. Top 15 ties.
Uh,
And what do you think what do you think the winning score is going to be?
oh man, winning score, it's the Masters. They're gonna try to keep it to where they're not like minus 22 or anything.
Yeah, they won't. I think the furthest they've ever been was -20 was Dustin Johnson in the fall one.
Um, I think the cut's gonna be around two or three,
Two
plus
or
two
three
or
over.
three.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna
And how
say
about the
three
winning
over.
score?
I'm gonna say the winning score is gonna be probably like minus 10 or 11.
I'm gonna go a little higher than you. I think it's gonna be 13.
13?
13 under is
Could
gonna
be.
win it. It's my thought.
Could be.
13 under.
So we'll see.
Brooks Koepka, 13 under, is gonna win the Masters.
Yeah.
But somebody will come out. Somebody will come out. I think somebody's gonna get to like, I think 14 or 15, maybe even 16 under, and then something's going to happen and they're going to come back to the field. You know what I mean? It
Yep.
always seems to do it. They get to like 14 or 15 or 16, and then they double bogey 13 or something like that. And it pulls them right back into the field. It always happens. It always seems to happen. So, but I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to watch it. Glad you're going to be coming over to watch it Sunday. But we will be glued to the TV
Yeah,
after
if
that
you're
round of
watching
golf.
right now, leave your comments below. We want to hear your feedback, whether you like us and our content or not. But we want to hear your feedback on this tournament.
Yeah.
Who's your dark horse? Who are you picking to win that should or probably will win? Is it Rory? Is it Scheffler? Is it somebody
Rory's
else?
got a shot, man. All those guys got
Yeah.
shots. I'm telling you.
Um, put your comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Appreciate you tuning in and stay tuned for the Postmasters
Next
podcast
week.
next week. Probably gonna have to do it early because I'm probably another early week episode because I'm
Yeah.
traveling
Yep.
next week for Easter. So
And I got I got I got a 36 hole round I'm lining up. I'm got a 36 hole day we're playing on Saturday, Easter Saturday. So got no
nice, nice.
softball, so we're gonna go. It's supposed to be 75 degrees here. We're gonna either go to Grandover or Bryant Park and
Yeah,
or
stay tuned for
Tanglewood.
that.
36 holes will be fun.
I'll be playing back in Kansas City, so I'll be bringing some content from
Nice.
Kansas City. It looks like the weather's going to be beautiful back there in the 70s, so I'll be playing probably that Thursday and maybe Friday with family. So,
A lot of
anyways,
fun.
but
A lot of fun.
we appreciate everybody tuning in. What is episode 33 again? Like you said,
33.
consistency, man. So,
Kiss.
anyways, if you're playing this week, most important thing is have fun, hit them straight, but just enjoy the game. That's why we're here. We're doing this because we enjoy the game, enjoy people's company. Just that's what golf's about. I think that's why people like golf. And if you're going to the Masters, have fun, be safe.
Oh, I'm
Uh,
envious.
yeah, exactly, exactly.